So dear participants, listen, I am going to show the demo from the beginning. So what you have to do is, for installation, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Okay. So go to python.org for installation. So this is the official website of Python. So you can see the python.org. You just click the download link. If I am going fast, you can say me further. I will stop and I will go slowly.
Okay, sir.
So you can just click this particular link, python.8.3. So another advantage is every day time you are visiting, you can see the in your browser or in the particular official website. So you just click. So I have already installed this particular Python in my system. In the bottom of my screen, Python 3.8.3 of 1. I have installed the particular thing already in my machine. So I am waiting for to download. Okay. Downloaded. You just click here. So to modify, repair, uninstall, because I have already installed in my system. Okay. So just going to show the demo. For the new user, the option called install and customize. You just click install option, so it will take you to the next screen. You just give next. So at the end, you will get the message called your installation was successful. So once installation is over, you can see, go to the start screen and you can see all these things here. So go to the P option. So you can see here Python 3.8. 3.8. So Python 3.8, this is the particular thing which I talk about, that is called IDLE, integrated and learning environment. So Python 3.8 32-bit is the command prompt option. So these are the two things you are going to use. So very first thing is I am going to use the IDLE. Here I would suggest you can go for this particular option called IDLE, where you can easily execute all your program. So as I said earlier, IDLE is nothing but integrated learning environment language. It is called integrated development environment. So as I said very earlier, so if I want to type hello world in my program or in my Python, just I can type hello world. So you can see the difference. So no need to write anything. So only thing is print hello world. As I said earlier, this 3 greater than symbol is called delimiter, or we can call it as Python shell. Okay, so just enter. That's it. This is how you have to write the code. For example, A is equal to, then B is equal to 5, C is equal to so you can easily type the command. So this is one method. Another method, this is for IDLE. Another method. So here you have to type the command one by one and you have to execute. So as I said earlier, I am not using any semicolon or terminator symbol to terminate the lines. By default, the cursor will come to the next line. So this is nothing but ideally by executing the command line by line, one by one. And in Python command prompt, so go to this particular option Python 3.8. So this is a command prompt. So here also you can type so you can directly type your command. Again, I want to type a particular codes in a form of programs. So as I want to execute as a separate program, so what I have to do is go to the Python shell option, go to the file option, new file option, and I am typing the same code, print hello world. Hello world, print good morning. So now you have to save that particular file. So this is the only thing you have to remember. So when I want to type the code line by line and I want to execute means I can use the ideally or command prompt. I want to execute the program as a separate program. So as a single unit, I have to go for this particular option. Go to the file option, go to save option, go to, so by default it will take you to the particular Python you have installed in your system. You cannot save your C directory or D directory. The system, when you are by default type the code in your IDLE, it will take you to that particular folder called Python 3.8. So 32-bit. So this is the meaning Python 3.8 -32-bit. So you can give any name. For example, I am giving 1.py. So you should remember file extension should be py. So just click save. So you can see here 1.py, the name of the particular file is changed, and for executing the program, here I am not making any compilation, just I have to click the particular thing. So for run the program, you just go to the F5 option or run module option. You can see the output here. Hello world, good morning. See?
Oh, nice, sir.
You can execute your script in all the three aspects. As a separate program, as a line by line code in your IDLE environment. Also you can execute, and as a separate code also you can execute. Now I will show the demo of all the programs you have seen. Shall I proceed further?
Yes, sir. Nice.
Okay. Okay. So go to that file option. So this is a simple script for executing the whether to find out whether the given year is a leap year or not. So to divide any year divided by 4. So if you are getting the output as 0, it can be called as leap year. So run module. So enter a year, for example 2020. 2020 is a leap year. Then just divided by 4 is equal to 0. For example, I am entering. So for executing the code, you have to go to the file, open. So exercise 2 is so again run module. So I am typing 2019, not a leap year. So next program. So this is biggest of 3 number. So even you can, if you want to give integer, you can give it as integer. So float, you can just mention it as a float here. So run module option. So you have to enter your first number. Beyond float, you can give integer. It will take as output. So 300. So it will give with the decimal 100, 200, 300. So biggest number is 300. And one more thing, another way also we can execute our program for that. So I will show the demo for that. So even you can type your code in the command prompt, and you can exit. I mean, in your notepad, you can execute your program. So open the notepad, open demo folder. So I have already typed one particular program called arith.py. So in my so enter first number, second number, print sum value n1 plus n2, print product value n1 into n2. So I want to execute this particular thing in my normal command prompt. So this is called Python shell. This is called Python shell, and this one is called IDLE. And one more thing I have stored as a program. So I can show it in a normal command prompt. So what you have to do is type the, open it. So here it is showing the user MD. So CD demo. I have created a folder called the demo. So in that demo, my file name is arith.py. So there are two ways you can go to that particular folder and execute. So first one is called Python arith.py. arith.py. So both the command you have to use. So it depends upon the system. Some command it will take, if you are giving py itself, it is enough. It will take and it will execute the program py arith.py. Some system it will accept only Python arith.py. So here I am not getting any output. Python arith.py. So my code is here. I have, this is my code. Arithmetic operation using Python. Number 1 is equal to integer input enter first number. Integer input enter second number. Print sum value n plus 1 plus n2. Print product value n1 into n2. This is the code, and I have saved it here in a particular folder called MD user demo. I have created folder. I have created folder called demo. There I have saved the particular file called arith.py. Have command prompt only. I want to execute the particular Python programming. This is how you have to do. So you want to replace it? Yes. Now what I have to do is, this is the command demo folder. Inside the demo folder, Python arith.py. So now what you have to do is, you just give, instead of Python, you just give py arith.py. Arith.py is the name of the file. This Python and py It is the identifier that you are executing the Python program. So now I have to enter. So it is working now. Enter the first number. First number is 100. Second number is 5. And you can see sum value is equal to 105. Product value is equal to 500. So now I have showed there are 4 ways to run our Python script. Is it okay, Father? Shall I proceed with the example?
Yes, sir. Nice.
Okay, Father. Now, next example. So in that ideally only I am showing. So I will close this one. File, open. So this is the script for to find out the factorial of the given number. So you know very well what is the procedure to find out the factorial of given number. Showing this one file. So go to the run module option. So what is the number you want to have? So for example, I want to find out the factorial of 5. Just print. So factorial of 5 is 120. Output. I will show some of the code. Then after that we will go to the list option. So this is nothing but Fibonacci series. So code. So I will send all my PowerPoint and coding to you, Father. You can share with the participants. Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, Father. So now all these things, it is a code written for to find out the Fibonacci series. So go to the run module option. So how many terms you want for Fibonacci series? You are just mentioning it here. So 10. So you can see the Fibonacci series here. So this is to find out the Armstrong number. So Armstrong number is nothing but each individual digit cube of each individual is Armstrong number. So you know very well 153 is the Armstrong number. So if you are taking the cube of each individual digit added together to the original digit, you will get the Armstrong number. So run module option. So I am typing 23. I am typing. So you will get 123 is not Armstrong number. So I have go to again this particular program. Just again to go to the run module, it will execute the script again. So you can see here 153. So 153 is an Armstrong number. Now go to the file option, open, go to the list option. File called list. So simple list I have created. So list of 10, 20, 10, 10, 20. Print type. So this code we can execute line by line and we can understand. T. Now I to go to the particular ideally. So here I am typing this particular code. L is equal to 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20. So just if you are creating L is equal to the list is created. So next line you just type here print. Father, is it visible in the below, Father, in the bottom?
Just scroll, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Is it visible now? So I am just type print type of L. So the problem is I didn't close the bracket. Particular thing for
Yes, yes.
print type of one close bracket. It will give it is a list. So it is giving us what is that this particular thing is. It is list. It is saying. So we will see the other things. So suppose I want to access the particular element. Print when you are giving print L means it will print the list of elements which is there in the list. Suppose I want to access the element third element 10. This 10 I want to access. So what I have to write is print L of print L of most recent call list. So I have to for list I have to use the square bracket. I have used bracket. So print. So this is how it will give error for the print L list of 2 square bracket. So you can access. So if you are even accessing the element which is not there in the list, so let's see what will happen. So print list of, so which is sixth element is not there in the list. So I am giving print L of 6. So see, you can see the error message. Most recent call last list index out of range. So it is not in the particular list. So 6 is not. So you have only 5 elements, that is 10, 20, 10, 10. So only 5 elements, and we are trying to access the particular element which is not there in the particular list. Okay. So I will show the tuple now.
Sir, your screen is not visible. Hello, sir. Dear participants, for your kind notice, in case of any doubts, you can post it in your chat box simultaneously. If you have any doubts and if you want to clarify any topics, you can type your queries in the chat box. Dear participants, you can type your queries in the chat box. Dear participants, if you have any doubts, kindly type your queries in the chat box.
Father,
Audible.
டெக்னிக்கல் டிஃபிகல்டிஸ் ஃபாதர் வெளியே போயிட்டோம் போல ஏதோ
Yes,
இருக்கிறான்னு போது. Is it audible now?
Now clear, sir.
Okay, Father. I'll continue. Then they can ask the question.
Yes, sir.
So this module program, as I already told you, so module program, there you need to have two programs. One is called calculate, another one is called main program. So calculate is the code. I open and I'll show it to you. So as I said, module is nothing but it's similar like package. So adding function definition of add, function definition of subtract, function definition of return, I mean multiply, function definition of divide, everything I have written it here. And I am going to use it by using the particular thing called main program. So this is my calculate.py code, and I have one more thing called main function. So where I have written everything. So open that particular main thing. So main, from calculate, import the definition or function definition of add, subtract, multiple, divide, everything. So again, a is equal to integer, input, enter the first number. B is equal to integer, enter the second number. Then I have entered everything, subtract value, multiplication value, division value, everything I have written it here. Original function definition of that particular program is stored as a package in different program that is called calculate, which is here. So that is definition of add. Add is supposed to, add function is supposed to add two numbers, that is here. So similarly, subtract, multiply, division, everything is here. So now I am going to execute this particular program. Go to the run module. So once I am entering the run module, so you can see the thing. So enter the first number. I am entering 100. Enter the second number. I am entering 50. So you can see the output. You can see the output here. So this is nothing but model. And another function, we have function in Python, open. So this is simple function. As I said earlier, define is a keyword which we are using to function. Define followed by my function. My function is nothing but, that is define my function is nothing but user defined function. That is the function which is defined by me. So it is called user defined function. So welcome to Python function is the print statement here. That is my function. This is the calling of that particular function. Calling the function by its name, it is called calling the function. So just click run module. So welcome to Python function. So and I have one more function program for function. Open calculation using function. So this is a lengthy code. So in module, I have keep this particular thing as a separate thing. So here, all this function definition and operation, everything is there inside a single program. This is called calculation arithmetic operation using function. So just running this particular module. So it will ask you to enter the operation, select, add, subtract, multiply, division. So I am just giving the option number 3. So enter. So enter the first number. So I am giving 10. Enter the second number. I am giving 5. So it will give the multiplication. So suppose you want to execute the code again, just go to the code here. Go to the run option module. Run module. So what is the operation you want to perform? So if you want to perform divide means just click divide 4. So what is the choice? Enter your first number. So 400. Second choice 5. So you will get the output like this. So this is about function. Now I have to show the tuple and set. So I will show the demo now.
enlarge the screen.
Yes, Father. Wait a minute, Father. Father, can you see me now?
Yes.
So tuple, I have created something. As I said earlier, tuple you cannot make any change at all. So t is equal to, so you can print of t means it will print all the elements which is there in the particular tuple. Similar like dictionary set. Now, if you want to find out the type, you can type print print so if you are typing print type of p, so it shows in the bottom, it is nothing but tuple. Similarly, like set. So set also, you can type the same code I will show here. This one. So this set and dictionary. So you can just take this code. So just take this code and you can type in the editor. It will print the output. So type this set is equal to apple, banana, cherry. So print this set is your set name. You can type it. Similarly, for x in this particular set, so I want to print all the elements which is there in the set. In this set, so it will print this particular thing. So similarly, I want orange into the existing set. It will print. Again, you can update by using that particular thing. So very similarly, same code dictionary. So you can type all this code and you can copy this code and just enter it here in the ideal environment. You will get the output. So all the things what I want to share is I have shared further. Yes. So as I said earlier in my presentation, this is the stepping stone.
Yes.
So those who want to learn Python and they can show some interest and they can learn by themselves. Also, I want to conclude this session by this concluding remark. Every situation in life is temporary. So when life is good, make sure you enjoy and receive it fully. And when life is not so good, remember that it will not last forever and better days are on the way. So hope for the best. We'll hope for the best. Definitely God will give the very good miracle breakup for this COVID-19 lockdown. So any question you can ask them.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for spending your valuable time and sharing your knowledge. So there are a few questions raised by students.
Yes, Father.
First one is it easy for web development using Python? Sir?
Okay.
Asked by Lokeshwaran.
Okay, Father. Surely, the very first thing is Python is suitable for all the purpose. So not only web development. My request is you start learning. So it is very easy to develop in Python. So very important thing is you can use the programming aspect in the web. That also you can use it in the particular thing. Programming aspect, say we can have the dynamic website you can create by using the Python. Definitely, it will be very useful.
Okay, sir. How Python is used in IoT?
So all the IoT application, they are using the Arduino board and other hardware controlling boards they are using. By using the Python code only, they can make the device to integrate or work the hardware which is connected to that particular Arduino board. All the code can be written by using the Python only for IoT application. Any application you want to create using the IoT, you know very well, you need some devices to perform that particular thing. So you want to create a tool using the Arduino board and other things. You need to have all the board and everything. So coding part, definitely you can use only the Python, which is used to perform in the IoT devices. Any IoT application, Python is the only programming language which is used as a code. So that definitely it will helpful for to create a lot of IoT applications.
Thank you, sir. Satish is asked a question.
Yes, Father.
Is this language secured one in a desktop application?
Which one, Father? Python. Yes, it is secured only.
Python.
So all your application it is secured only. So we have a lot of security aspects. So as I said earlier in the presentation, all the places they are using Python only. So for that is handling a very huge volume of data. I used to say huge volume of data. It is nothing but big data. So when you are handling large volume of data, definitely security aspect is there inbuiltly. It is there. So no need to worry about the security aspect. So once you started learning, everything you'll learn by yourself. So I request you, you can update, sit with your laptop, and every day you spend some time, you can see the wonders how fastly you can learn each and everything using this particular language.
Thank you, sir. It's my question.
Yes, Father.
What is the current situation of Python, sir? And what are the ways develop?
If you are, yes, Father, very good question. If you are attended any webinar, so they are showing all the COVID-19 patient data, and they have shown the demo for classification, regression, what all the, with the help of COVID-19 data, we can find out very easily. Even you have large volume of data, by writing the Python code, within a fraction of seconds, we will know the current data. So every day, even if you are keep on your mobile connected with your data, means you will get an update or pop-up message. In India, so many number of people affected by coronavirus, COVID-19. In Tamil Nadu, how much? Which state is first? Which state is second? Everything they are handling by using of Python code. Automatically it pop up. You can see your mobile. If you are browsing anything else, it will show the thing that is in around the world. How many people are affected by Python? I mean, how many people are affected by COVID-19 in India? In which state first? Which state is second? Which state is COVID-19 free? All this data they are updating. So every place, especially medical field, for handling large volume of data, especially this when you are having more number of patients affected by this COVID-19 lockdown, all this code they are writing by using the Python only for that. IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, bioinformatics, everywhere they are using the Python only to write the code and do the. And one more thing, it is called the very important field. As I said, many colleges they are using, started using started new course called data science. So data science, it is a field for analyze the data and they have to give some prediction. If I am giving today uh, about this webinar or some other things, there are crores of people tweeted positive feedback, negative feedback, neutral feedback about one particular event. For example, one actor got suicide last week. So how many people are giving the positive aspect? How many people are giving the negative aspect? How many people are giving the neutral aspect or neutral feedback? So even crores and crores of feedback which is there in the Twitter, even with few lines of code, we can just execute the result. PHP is only we can call it as server-side scripting language. So here Python is nothing but we have the scripting language as well as the programming language aspect. So what are the things you can, with the help of programming, you can also, with the help of programming, you can do the programming also, and also you can use the Python as a scripting language also. And one more thing, if you are asking everybody now, if you are asking anyone if they are doing PhD means, definitely they are saying that they are using in the data mining. So data mining, so everything they have to compute by using a Python code. So you have lot of algorithms. Everything can be very easily implemented by using a Python programming language.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Anyone has doubts? You can post your queries in the chat box. Not, we shall continue. Swapna ma'am, are you there? Swapna ma'am? So I am.
Further, can I say thanks and then we can say further? Shall I conclude?
Yeah.
Shall I say few words?
Yeah. First, okay.
So with this, I am wind up my session. I wholeheartedly thank you, the Christ College management, especially Reverend Father Secretary, Reverend Father Principal, Reverend Father Vice Principal, and Reverend Father Pradeep Christopher, who is always uh, asking me to come and interact with Christ College students. I am really happy whenever he called me. I am very happily come to the college and sharing my knowledge with the students. I am my special thanks to you, Father, for giving this opportunity, and also my special thanks to Professor Ramya Priya, who is acting as an admin for this particular session. He is working in St. Charles College, Yereyu. So starting from the day one, she supported me for designing the invitation and circulating the invitation, correcting the things, and she used to have 3 or 4 trials before this particular webinar day. So my special thanks to Ramya Priya madam. Thank you, Ramya, for your wonderful support. And also my special thanks to Mr. Jason sir. He is also working in a particular college. So he is also did all this webinar link and webinar link, and also he has done the YouTube link. So I wish to thank Mr. Jason for this wonderful support, and all the other participants. So my thanks to all for your patient listening. Now over to Pradeep Father.
Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to thank the management of Christ College for rendering its full support to conduct this national webinar. Thanks to all. And I also take privilege to thank my beloved professor and my friend, well-wisher, Professor Anand Raj. He is going to become a doctor. I wish him, sir, and I thank you very much for spending your valuable time and knowledge. As you said, whenever I call you, you never hesitate to help our children, and you are always rendering your support. And I know very well that you care more for children and poor people. And I see a lot of activities during this COVID from you. And really, it's an amazing one. And I can give my prayers for you, sir. Thank you very much from the Department of Computer Science and the management. I thank you very much, sir. And I also take this time thank the organizers of Computer Science Department, Professor Saravana Kumar, Professor Shobana, for helping me to conduct this national webinar. And thank you, dear participants, for your patient listening and for your interaction. And I am sure that this platform will lead you and will take you to next stage. And whatever you know is a basic of Python, and you can learn by yourself in YouTube and in some webinars. Surely you can shine well. And I also take this opportunity to thank Mr. Jason and Ms. Ramya for their technical support. As Professor Anand has said, they were working for the past 2 weeks to conduct this national webinar in a fruitful way. Thank you very much. And all the participants who have participated, and I am sure that you have benefited a lot from this session, and you can proceed further and you can learn Python language the days to come. Thank you very much once again to all of you, and the feedback link will be posted in the chat box, and you can just fill it, and the e-certificate will be sent to your email ID immediately. So thank you very much. God bless you, and we shall meet once again in another